Are you struggling with lazy loading dynamic components in Angular? You're not alone. Today, we're diving into a common challenge faced by developers working with Angular applications. I totally get it. You want to create a mapping application that allows for multiple tool modules to be loaded dynamically in new tabs. It can be frustrating when you hit a roadblock, especially when you're trying to enhance user experience. Here's the specific question we're addressing today. One user asked how to support placing a tool in a new tab while using lazy loading in Angular. They want to know how to get a reference to the tool's component for passing it to the dynamic loader. Sound familiar? Let's explore this together. So what's the issue here? When using lazy loading, components are loaded only when needed, which can make it tricky to reference them directly. This is especially true when you want to create dynamic components in a new tab. And stick around. I have a great solution for you at the end that will simplify your dynamic component loading process. To begin solving this issue, the user should ensure that the dynamic component loader is properly set up in their Angular application. This involves creating a service that will handle the loading of components dynamically. Next, the user needs to modify the tab component to accept a dynamic component. This will allow the tab to display the loaded tool module when it is activated. Now, the user should implement the routing logic to capture the lazy loaded module's component. This can be done by using Angular's router to get the component reference when a route is activated. Finally, the user can create instances of the comp item class whenever a new tool module is loaded. This will allow multiple tabs to be opened dynamically, each displaying a different tool. Fun fact, did you know that Angular was first released in 2010? It has evolved significantly since then, making it easier for developers to create dynamic applications. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative approach for dynamically and lazily loading a component involves using the ng module factory loader. First, you would get an instance of ng module factory loader through dependency injection. Then, asynchronously obtain the module that contains the component you want to load. From this module, you can get an ng module factory and subsequently an ng module ref. The ng module ref provides a component factory resolver and an instance of the module class. Since you can't directly create a type from your code, the module can implement an interface to return a type. This allows you to use the component factory resolver for dynamic loading. If needed, the module can directly call the component factory resolver and return the component instead of a type. Once you have the component factory, you can proceed with dynamic component loading as usual. Here's a pro tip: always keep your Angular modules organized. This will make it easier to manage lazy loading and dynamic components in the long run. And there you have it. You should now be able to load dynamic components in new tabs using lazy loading in Angular. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and tricks on Angular development.